Okay, this is my Gorilla miner. It's a 450 watt PSU. Was originally only like a 230 or so, 240 watt from a slim case. This was from a Dell Inspiron. This motherboard and processor are from the Dell Inspiron 580 Slim, 580S. And I pulled it apart. I tried to salvage some of the case, but to be honest with you, even with my Sawzall, with a metal cutting saw, I couldn't get the precision and like clean edges that I wanted to get any construction out of the case. So I literally picked up a board and I did some sanding on it with like the last piece of sandpaper that I had. So it eventually broke, and there's still like chunks of like mold and crap on that board, but I was just like, whatever. Because I also had this big long wooden kind of dealy here. It was going to be for some trim around a closet or something, but I ended up just hacking it apart for this. And I didn't even pull out my table saw. I just did it with the skill saw. And yeah, so it's really bad. I mean, in terms of like, it's not symmetrical. I mean, it's close in some dimensions, but it's literally like a 1/4 inch longer this way. It's just like racing through with not great work setup right now. I need to get a workbench out in the garage. But you know, I laid the motherboard out several different ways and tried the battery or the power source a few different ways, and this was the most efficient that I could find. Excuse me. Here we go. So I've got ethOS running over here on this old monitor. You know, this is just like a test monitor because I've got my other rig in the other room mining Ethereum right now at averaging 59 gigahertz per second, or megahash per second rather, over the last 6 hours. So that's cool. Over the last few days, it's made like $25 in Ethereum, so that's neat. Just a little thing going over there. And so I'm about to get started here, just understanding how to interact with this interface and how to set up my my file structure so that I can actually get this thing mining something. Now, it's an old GeForce 720 in there. It's a it's a GT 720, I think. That's an old card. It's like 1 gig, and I have another slim card that's like 2 gigs, and I might put that in here once I get a riser for it on one of those PCIe slots down there. I don't even have any of the SATAs connected. As you can see, they're all those SATAs are, they're all empty. They're actually right up there. I have Linux on that drive, and it's actually just running off the thumb drive, just like an 8 gigabyte thumb drive is running ETH. So it's really lightweight, and that's the whole thing. Is it's not going to consume a lot of energy, but I still do have enough wattage because this power supply came with my Alienware Aurora R6, which then I put 2 1070s on. I needed to upgrade to an 850 watt power supply unit for that computer, which was a whole nother story. Maybe I'll talk about that sometime. But this is what we got going for now, and you can see I have plenty of SATA, so I could power the risers via SATA. I've heard that's not the greatest idea. There are some 6-pin and potentially 8-pin, so I might be able to run like one really good card off of this rig, or maybe like 2 or 3 lower end cards. I don't know. The prices are crazy right now on cards. It's just the whole market's upside down. So we'll see. But it's got like 8 gigs of RAM in it. Those are 2 4 gigabyte sticks of DDR3. And I didn't even bother pulling off the heat sink and cleaning it out. Like, I'll do that later. But I just wanted to kind of show you this. Pretty fun, huh?